What's up guys, Cardfight here, and today I'm going to do an updated deck profile on my very own Alfred deck with the brand new cards from the Aichi Legend deck. So, the Aichi Legend deck has gotten us some really good Alfred support, so I've decided to add them into my new deck. But today I'll be doing a special video because not only I'll be doing a deck profile, but this time I'll be showing you how and why I remove some cards for the brand new cards, so that you guys will be able to understand the deck profile much clearer. So let's begin with the deck profile. If you guys have not checked out my Alfred deck profile, please go back to my previous videos because I've done deck profile on my Alfred deck before. This deck, the winning image of this deck is to abuse Blaster Blade using your strides and your Alfred engine. Basically, Alfred has the ability to superior core lots of floggles, which in return gives your Blaster Blade the ability to stand. So with the brand new cards such as the new Alfred Saber, you will be able to give your Blaster Blade Twin Drive and then it will restand afterwards. Even though you will not get the Twin Drive after the first Twin Drive you do, because the Twin Drive ability will only activate on your first attack, the Blaster Blade does. But nonetheless, the additional Twin Drive will help the restanding Blaster Blade because you'll be gaining so much power from the triggers, and it makes the deck really good. So I will be going step by step on how I'll be modifying this deck. So it's pretty much like a how to upgrade version, but the Alfred version. So I'm really excited to do this deck profile, so let's get started. So as you guys know, this is the previous deck profile you guys seen on my previous video. So today, the good news about this deck is not much changes will be needed to be done. So the most of the cards I've obtained from the brand new Aichi Legend deck. I'm sure BT11 will be giving us more new cards, but for now I'll be explaining why some cards goes really well in this deck. So for the strides, I will be so after testing this deck, I realized that the only things this deck needs to change is the strides. So we'll be adding some strides into this deck. So I'm going to put the upgrades on one side here and quickly explain what is the deck all about. So this deck basically with the reason why Alfred Oath is such a great card is because it is able to rush on its right turn. When you arrive into Alfred Oath, you'll be able to superior core 2 cards from the deck, which is your if you pay its cost, you'll be able to cause 2 Swordsmen of Light. So the main target of the Swordsmen of Light is basically Blaster X and Junos, because Junos and Blaster X have the similar ability. When they are caught at the same time, both of them will gain plus 5k power. So since Alfred Oath calls both of them at the same time, they'll be gaining 5k power, so that's like additional 10k off your opponent's hand. So most of the times, likely during that turn, your opponent will be at 4 damage, so you'll be able to finish them off with your Resending Blaster Blade combo. If you guys haven't checked out my video and wish to see more, please leave a like. Once again, thank you guys for the very positive response. The 230 likes just shocked me today, and I decided that you guys are so good to me, so why not I quickly rush this deck profile. So I've been testing this deck the whole night. I have not gotten some good sleep, and I have a cold right now, so pardon if I sound a little bit sick. Alright, so the changes I'll be making into this deck is I'll be adding these strides, mostly the Alfred Sabers. It's a perfect card for this deck, alright, because most of the new cards in the Aichi Legend deck actually supports not only the Blaster units but the Alfred units. So even though you could play some of the brand new cards like Trumpeter, I tested her in the deck and she does not work very well because you want to reserve your Counter Blast for your Resending power and your Blaster Blades. So if you want to play her, you could feed her in, maybe change up a Blaster X, but I would not recommend you to do so because Blaster X is just a crucial part of the combo. But maybe if you're not using so many oaths, definitely go and make some changes if you want to. But this is my build, and I'll probably be going for tournaments with this build if I do. So yeah, first up, I'll be adding 4 Alfred Sabers into the deck. So what will I remove? I say 4 copies of Alfred Sabers. I'll be removing 2 copies of Same Blow Dragon. Same Blow Dragon is a great card, but right now we do not need a crit because for the late games, giving your Blaster Blade the ability to Twin Drive is just so dang good. Because right now your opponent will have to guard Blaster Blade in case he checks a crit. So not only your opponent has to guard the Vanguard round, he has to guard the Blaster Blade which gets the ability. So this makes Blaster Blade so damn good because it's like a psychological attack. So what you call it? So I'm going to remove 2 Same Blow Dragons and maybe 2 Holy Squire Dragon. I will still leave 2 just in case I fight against locks. Alright, my locals right now don't really have Link Jokers, but it all depends on your situation. So deck modification is very important part of being a competitive player, because you have to measure how your meta is like. So if you guys see a lot of Link Jokers in your meta, you guys probably need to add him in. But for now, I don't really see a lot of Link Jokers, honestly, because they are kind of undersupported right now. I'm hoping we should give them some support so that these guys will be good for use, because this guy helps you unlock your rearguards if you're an Alfred Vanguard. But for now, I have not been using it much, so I'll be replacing them for 4 Alfred Savers. Alright, but you guys may ask, why do you use 4 Alfred Savers if you have 4 copies of Outmao in the deck? Alright, you use 4 copies of Outmao in case you do not have your Blaster Blade. In the turn where if you watch my video, I think I played the deck on Cardfight area. Maybe on real life I haven't did a Cardfight yet. But if you guys watch, the combo is the early game, you use Wingull Brave, attack with your Blaster Blades or any of the Blaster units, because the grade 2 units are mostly Blasters. Blaster Javelin, Blaster Axe, so mostly Blaster units. So when Wingulls goes to the soul of your Vanguard, you search out a Blaster Javelin so that you do your final turn combo. Blaster Javelin allows you to superior call up to 2 Floggles using its skill. So with 2 Floggles, you'll be able to chain them, combo with them with a Blaster Blade. Your Blaster Blade gets Twin Drive, gets resend twice. It is so damn good. So yeah, so this deck basically revolves around the Blaster Javelin ability. This is why I find the Alfred deck much more efficient in abusing Alfred right now, because you will be able to have access to Blaster Javelin, which allows you to have Floggles. Floggles is just so cancerous in this deck. And I tested in an Blaster Exceed deck, but the Floggle does not flow that well, no pun intended. And the Alfred deck, it just works amazingly. So if you guys are a huge fan of just abusing Blaster Blade to its max potential, definitely give this deck a try, because this deck is kind of cancerous, to be honest. Alright, so for your so-called final turn combo, is you see the situation. If you have Blaster Blades in your hand, definitely go for Alfred Saber, because you do not need to recruit Blaster Blade. So go into call that Blaster Blade you have in your hand already, call your Blaster Javelin, call 2 Floggles, go for game. And if you don't have Blaster Blades, you can strike into Outmao, search out Blaster Blade, give it plus 5k power, use Javelin, check out 2 Floggles and go for game. So it's all up to situation. But if you have the Blaster Blade, Alfred Saber is a much more deadly force, because you'll be able to get the Twin Drive in addition to the double restand, which is amazing in the deck. So 4 copies of Alfred for the deck. Fantastic. So next up, I'll be making some modification to its defenses. So defense system up. So since we've gotten a brand new G Guardian from the Legend deck, this G Guardian is just simply amazing. As long as you control Alfred or Blaster unit, Vanguard, she basically becomes an easy 40k shield. With Royal Paladin's ability to superior call so many units, it's very easy to go up to 40k shield with one single heal trigger. So right now, this card might actually be better than Perfect Guard sometimes. So yeah, 2 copies. I'm going to replace it with Laser Guard Dragons. Laser Guard is just a good 20k basic shield. But right now, 40k is so needed just because of the power creep in Vanguard. So 2 copies of Great Shield Isolde and 2 copies of Laser Guard Dragons is fine. So bye bye Laser Guards, thank you for coming. So the last copy I'm going to make changes is 1 copy of Myrate Soul Saver. So this card is so damn amazing in this deck, is because this deck, yes, when you use Javelin, you'll be able to chuck in some soul to call 2 Floggles, but you have no way to spend your Soul Blast other than Pakgal. So this one is our brand new final turn card. If you do your resending combo and you do not kill your opponent, most likely you're going to have a huge soul. Call Myrate, power all your rearguards and swing for game. So Myrate has a skill of Soul Blasting 3 when this unit attacks. Select 5 other rearguards and they gain plus 5k power. So this is like my final turn Ting Saber Dragon thingy. Yeah, it's a very, very good card in this deck. So I'm going to replace this card with Goblet, because most of the time I have not been striding Goblet, but my first stride I usually go for legit Sword Dragon, which allows me to recruit 1 Swordsman of Light or 1 Blaster Blade unit. So Swordsman of Light could be a grade 1. Yeah, you can search for any grade 2 and below grade Swordsman of Light. So you can search any of these Swordsmans into your field. So this is a very, very good card. I play 1 copy enough, because after the second stride, I'll be striding into all these destructive units, which kills your opponents basically. Such a good deck. So 1 copy of Myrate Soul Saber. Myrate Soul Saber is also doing good. So yeah, that's pretty much a deck modification. I'll keep the deck profile short and simple so that you guys can have a can save time. So I hope you guys enjoy this deck profile, and pretty much it's like a deck profile slash how to upgrade your Alfred deck. So if you like more deck profiles like this, I'll be doing more deck profiles like this for my own personal decks, because I can't, if I borrow some people's decks, I won't be able to make changes like that. So this type of videos, this format type of videos is all exclusive to my own decks. So if probably my next Ultima video will be the same on how to upgrade and stuff. So you can like my videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing more Aichi Legend deck based decks. So yeah, peace out and have a great day. Love you guys.